Hello. Today I have a very interesting update to share with you. So this is a new feature that came in the 2023.8 preview. So this is regarding the generative classification and the generative extraction feature in document understanding. So this is also coming in as a part of the cross-platform workflows. So let's have a look at it. Let's see how it works. So to start with, we need to look at the dependencies. So here we are using, I actually created a blank workflow, and in here I'm using the UiPath document understanding activities. It's not the document understanding ML package. This is the UiPath document understanding activities that we use for cross-platform development. So this is the latest version of the activity pack 2.3.0 preview. So install that and you'll get access to this new feature. So once I have done that, we have this activity pack that you get under document understanding. Here are the activities we have. So for this to work, we need to actually look at the classify document and the extract document data activities. Here we have those new features. But for this activity to work, this gets the input in a slightly different way. If you look at this activity, so I have a predefined workflow over here. So this is the input. This is where we need to give the file path. So as you see in the description, this comes in along with a different argument type. So the file has to be given through the download email attachment activity or the download file from Google Drive activity. So that's the output that we need to get from those activities and then give it as the input over here. So for us to work with this, I have also installed the G Suite activities, and this is also the latest version. So let me quickly show you. So this is the activity pack. You can get the latest version installed, and that's what we are using here. So since these activities are saying I can use the download file from Google Drive, I'm using the download file activity. So this is the one that I'm using. So I have created a integration service connection to my Google Drive, and I have placed a sample insurance policy document in my Google Drive. So here you can find the file. So this is the file that I'm going to use for this purpose. So this is like a multi-page document. Let me quickly show you how the document looks like. So this is my sample document that I downloaded. So you can see this has about 64 pages. You can also find it online. So it has some information here and there, like the policy number, coverage, and a few more information. And it keeps on going. It has a lot of pages. And this document is also sort of unstructured. So that's the advantage now we have with this generative classification and generative extraction activities, because with those activities we can easily process unstructured documents. You can easily provide a query and ask for the information directly from the document. So let's see how we are going to classify this document and how we can extract certain information from this document. Let's get back to the workflow. So in this workflow, in this download file activity, I have taken the output into this variable. So this is the variable name file from G drive. It is of type G drive local item. So you can create the variable here itself using the shortcut Control K, and it will automatically pick the data type. So once you have configured this, then you can actually place the classify document activity to see how we can classify it. So this is the one. And for the project, this is referring to the project we have in the document understanding app. So for our scenario, we don't need to create any project. You can actually use this predefined option. That's where you can find the generative model. Once you select that, for the classifier, you have few options here. You can use the generative classifier preview option. And then in the prompt, this is where you are going to say how you want to classify this document. So once you expand this is my key. So this is the variable or the property name that I'm going to refer into. You can provide any name here. And this is my prompt. Is the document an insurance policy document? This is what I'm going to ask. And once you do that, you can also add multiple items here. But for my scenario, I'm just using one. And once you do that, then you can provide the output of this into extracted document type variable. So this is also a new variable type that we are going to create. Again, press Ctrl K and just provide the name and it will create your variable. So now once you do that, you have configured this classify document activity. Next thing is we need to see when it runs whether this gets extracted properly and what's the confidence. So we are directly asking whether it's an insurance policy document. So how to check whether the confidence is good? So this is my simple if condition. So in here, um, I'm going to say extracted document type dot document type, and here you can find the confidence property over here. And I'm checking whether the confidence is greater than 80%, greater than or equal to 80%. And if that's the case, then I'm going to go into the next step and try to extract the document data from the generative extractor model. So inside the if condition, now I'm using the extract document data activity, this one. And again, same as before, we are selecting the project as predefined and the extractor. Here we will see all the extractors available. Some of these will be also available in your AI center. But for our case, for the generative one, we are using this generative preview. That's what I have selected. And for the input file, I'm giving the same variable that I got from this download file activity, same as you have in the classify document. And now let's look at the prompt. So in the prompt, I have specified 9 fields that I need to extract for the video purpose. So in here, what you see on the left hand side is the fields that I need to extract from the document, and I really don't know where these information are and how it looks like in the file, because as you saw, the document is sort of unstructured. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm going to give a key to uniquely identify my field so that I can use it to process it later in my other downstream activities. And then for each field, I'm going to give a prompt how I can find this info. So for example, if it's the insurance type, I'm asking what is the type of the insurance, whether it's life, vehicle, or property, etc. And for the policy type, I'm checking whether it's a group or an individual policy. Policy holder name, who is the policy holder, and for the print name, and likewise. So based on the field that I need to extract, I'm giving a prompt. So depending on your scenario, you can find the best prompt that you can give. You may need to do multiple tries to find the best prompt to get more accurate results, but for the video purpose, this is what I have tried. And for the insurance covers, this policy actually has multiple insurance covers mentioned. So I'm asking, what are the insurance covers offered as a part of this insurance plan? So let's see how these things work. So you can have any number of keys here, and you can keep on adding. So I have defined 9, and for the output, I have generated another variable called extraction result. So you just need to remember one thing. So once you create this variable, let's say I already have it created now, but let's say I want to add another field here under prompt. When you do that, once you go here and add it and save, this activity will show an error. It's because what you add over here will be not reflected in the variable because this has a very special data type. So in that case, what you need to do is just delete this variable and recreate it. And this activity will refresh and it will show as it is showing now. So now, once you've done that, for me to see how the output looks like, since these activities don't have the present validation screen, I'm actually creating an action in my um, cloud environment. So I'm using the create validation task and wait activity. So I'm providing the output extraction results of this. This is just the action title. You can have any name here. And for the output, I'm getting the validated extraction results. So this activity will create the action and it will also go into the suspended state. You don't need two activities to do that. And the action catalog is the default. I have not created anything over here. This is just my orchestrator folder path. So that's what I have done to see the output. And then I'm just writing everything into an to the output panel to just to complete the flow. So this is how we have configured it. So let's run it and see how these generative activities are working so that we can actually see how the classification works and how the extraction works. So before getting started, let me quickly add a breakpoint here so we can actually see how the output looks like. And also yeah, I have a breakpoint here as well. Okay, let's give it a start and see. So I'm running it in the debug mode. And here we are classifying the document. Let's wait for the result. So the classification part got extracted. Now let's quickly have a look at the output in the immediate panel. So let's extract document type and document type. Let's see what we have here. Yeah. So it doesn't really say what the document type is, but you get the confidence. So confidence is 0.9. So it is our check is 0.8. So the condition is going to be true. So let's see. Let's go on with the extraction and let's see how the output looks like. I'm going to hit continue. Okay, so it got extracted and it also created the validation action in here. So let's see how the results look like. Let's first go to the validation screen in the action center and see how the output is. So this is my action center, and you can see the item got created just a few minutes back. Let's go into the the action, and assign it to myself. Okay, so you can see this is the usual action center view that we get for document understanding projects. Only thing different here is that we are using the generative model. So let's see from where it took these values. We can see the extraction confidence is like 100%. We don't have those here confidence. It's also like 100, I believe. Yes, it's 100. And the insurance type. So here it is. Um, it says it's a life insurance, which is correct. And the policy type is a group policy. Holder information, you get it from the fifth page. As you know, this is a multi-page document. Print date is over here. Policy number from the third page. Date of issue again from the fifth page. And these are the parties involved for the insurance. Insurance covers. Here you go. All the insurance covers available in the document. So it does a pretty good job. Um, okay, so for the premium rates, this was my last question. What are the rates for each cover? As I remember, it was there in the document. Yeah, so this is what I wanted to extract for the premium rates, but I think maybe I can improve my prompt to find this exact information. Maybe my prompt is not that good for this question. But generally, you now get the idea how this works. So we can just fine tune the prompts and find this information easily from any unstructured document. So this is how it works. So let's quickly save and submit this so we can see how the results will look like from the studio side. Okay, so now the action is complete. Now let's get to the studio to see how we can access those values from those variables. Okay, so we have completed the action. So let's hit on the resume and let's get to this breakpoint so we can try to see how the variable extraction results, the validated extraction results will look like. So it will be getting the data from action center. And we have it over here. So let's see how this information looks like in the validated extraction results. So just by printing that variable, the results will look like this. But so as you know, we had multiple fields and the last one did not get extracted properly. So you can also see that information over here. But how can we extract individual fields? How can I access these individual fields? So let's see how we can do that. So with the same variable, you can go into data and press another dot. And in here, you can actually access those fields. So you can see the types that I created earlier, the policy number, policy type, policy holder name. So this is actually created based on the key that I gave in this prompt. It's the same key name without the space. So that is why once you create this variable extraction results, if you add a new thing, that's why this activity shows an error because that new information is not available in that variable, the old variable. So that's why you need to delete it and create it again. So now you see the connection. If you were wondering why you need to delete and create a variable again. So using this info, you can access individual values. So if I need to just get the insurance covers, I can use that. And here you have the result. You can also get the confidence of each field. There you go. One is 100%. So as we saw, it was 100% in the validation station as well. So this is how this whole thing works. And also you can convert this entire thing as text. Let's just execute it and see. Okay, so that text will look like this for now, but you know how to access the information now to work with your other activities once you receive the information. So this is how we work with the generative classifier and the generative extractor. The new extractors we have in the UiPath document understanding 23.8 preview. So that's it for this video. I hope this is helpful for you to understand about this new exciting feature in document understanding. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment or reach out to me directly. Thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you in another exciting video. Have a good day.